Hello and welcome to Greedy People, a 4-part limited series where we talk about 2 scams that share something in common. I'm Nicholas Givens, and in this episode we will talk about 2 different multi-level marketing companies, It Works and Sensi, and not only how they prey on desperate people, but also how your chances of making money in any of these companies are slim. First we'll talk about what on earth multi-level marketing is and how these companies work. Multi-level marketing is a controversial business model where independent salespeople sell products directly to the consumers. These salespeople are also responsible for recruiting new salespeople to form a downline. The people who get recruited are usually promised some form of wealth. However, we will look at the income disclosure statements from both It Works and Sensi and see how much money most of the downline is actually paid. This method of marketing is rather infamous for resembling that of an illegal pyramid scheme. In fact, there have been a few MLMs that have been shut down because they were, in fact, confirmed by the FTC to be pyramid schemes. You will usually see people selling these companies' products at events like flea markets, for instance. Though there are some MLMs where you host a party and then you sell the product at those parties. The salespeople usually earn some form of commission from these sales, as well as the sales of that from their downline and the downline of their downline. The main difference between an MLM and a pyramid scheme is that one involves a product of some form, while the other does not involve a product. Like I said earlier, the MLM business model is controversial because it has a close resemblance to that of a pyramid scheme. Well, with all that said and done, let's take a look at the first company of our episode, It Works. It Works is a Florida-based MLM company founded by former high school math teacher and high school basketball coach Mark Pentecost. In 1995, his wife was a stay-at-home mom, and they both were struggling to make ends meet. Thus, It Works was born. 6 years after the company was founded, they came out with what is arguably their signature product, the It Works wrap. It all started when Pam Souter told Pentecost about the body wraps. Pentecost knew it would be a hit, and with both customers and distributors alike. They're still coming out with new products to this day. I will note that this MLM company was a trend on TikTok at one point. Their distributors were using the platform to claim that their coffee products could help someone lose weight. However, a health expert told Business Insider that their coffee products were scientifically dubious, to put it shorter. That means the experts are saying that their products were bullshit and that they could potentially be dangerous. More on that in a minute. Because of all these things, TikTok banned the production of It Works content after Media Matters ran a report that labeled the company as a predatory operation, meaning they were selling bullshit. Speaking of products, not only do they sell keto coffees, but they also sell essential oils. I think they're trying to compete with doTERRA and Young Living, both of which are MLMs that special in essential oils, and they also make bullshit claims. They also sell superfood greens products as well as other supplements. Supplement MLMs are known for, in my opinion, dangerous ingredients, like Herbalife had elephant laxatives in it, but that is another rant for another day. The reason that they are dangerous, according to health experts interviewed by Business Insider, is that they could potentially lead to the development of eating disorders. Plus, some customers on Reddit allege that their products contain dangerous chemicals. I don't know what chemicals are in their products, but they're still dangerous, meaning that their products could also be bullshit. Their signature body wraps, in particular, according to the experts, could lead to temporary water loss, but no long-term weight loss, meaning that their slogan, have you ever heard of this crazy wrap thing? It works? Yeah, it doesn't work. It's, in my opinion, bullshit. According to their 2021 income disclosure statements, distributors made an average of $243. That is barely enough to cover someone's basic expenses. How good is that? Not really good, in my opinion. The distributor rank, which comprises 86% of their overall distributors, made $57. That is enough to buy one shallow collar blazer from the fast fashion company H&M. But that is another rant for another time. Their top earners made 6 figures. This is why you should not join an MLM, in my opinion, because you will not make that much money. If you want to make bank, you have to sell and recruit. This is why the business model is so controversial, because if you have to sell things and then recruit people, that resembles a pyramid scheme, and pyramid schemes could get you in trouble with the law. Also, you're more likely to lose money if you join any of these companies. But for now, let's talk about another MLM that I think is maybe better, but it could be worse. Sensi. Now let's talk about Sensi, the next MLM in this episode. Sensi, which was founded in 2003, sells products that don't have any toxic ingredients whatsoever, which I'm not surprised, but kind of surprised. You kind of get what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Their products include lotion, wax warmers, essential oils, which I think they sell to compete with doTERRA and Young Living, both of which are MLMs that sell essential oils. They also sell scented wax in addition to their warmers. The warmers and their scented wax are actually their signature products. I've bought one of their products in the past, and let me tell you, it was reliable, but for the price I paid, in my opinion, it was worth it, but also, in my opinion, it was a little bit overpriced, but we'll get to that in a moment. Sensi was founded in 2003, like I said earlier, as a wigless candle company by Kara Egan and Colette Gunnell. I would note Sensi was not MLM at first, but when Orville and Heidi Thompson bought the company from Egan and Gunnell, the Thompsons did turn into an MLM in 2004, and it's been one ever since. If this story sounds familiar, Tupperware started off as a regular company, and then they became an MLM. But that's another rant for another day. One of the co-founders, Kara Egan, remained with the company as a consultant, and over 42,000 people were part of her downline as of 2012. In 2009, Sensi expanded from the US to Canada, and then a few years later, the company expanded to Germany as well as a few other countries. By 2012, the company had a total of 170,000 independent consultants selling their products. A lot of you will probably ask me later why I'm talking about Sensi in a slightly more positive light than it works. The answer is the only issue I have with Sensi is their business model. In my opinion, the only way these consultants are making money is recruiting people. And guess what that is, people? Yep, you heard me, that is a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are illegal, but I don't think Sensi is really a pyramid scheme, but kind of is. Like, it's an in-between kind of company. After all, they're an MLM. And I have a big issue with the MLM business model. I wish Sensi was not MLM because when they were founded again back in 2003, they had a lot of potential. Like, they had everything going for them, and then Orville and Heidi pretty much ruined that potential, in my opinion. Now, let's take a look at their income disclosure statements and see how much money you will really make with this company. According to their income disclosure statement, Sensi decided to divide their consultants into 2 groups. The first group had been with the company for a year or more. The second group were people that were new to the company. The first group had 51,237 consultants that made in minimum annual commissions $121, with a maximum annual commission of $1,282,079, with their average about $2,901, with the median being $869. The second group consisted of 135,629 consultants, with a minimum annual commission of $0, with their max being $34,933, with average being around $452. Their median was $203. In my opinion, this is one of the issues I have with MLMs. Sometimes they're not honest with their promises, and they will even promise you a lavish lifestyle, which we all know is unattainable unless you recruit more people, which means they're basically, in my opinion, glorified pyramid schemes. Yes, you heard me correctly. I said glorified pyramid schemes because there's a product that you sell. Most pyramid schemes don't have a product to sell. So, in conclusion, are it works in Sensi pyramid schemes? Well, it kind of depends on the person. In my opinion, it works as a pyramid scheme, whereas Sensi is a pyramid scheme as well, in my opinion, but they're not as bad as it works. So, should you join an MLM if you want to make extra money? Well, this is a you do you situation, but generally, in my opinion, you probably shouldn't join an MLM because there's a potential that you could get ripped off. And unfortunately, MLMs tend to prey on desperate people, like people who want to make a little bit more money because their job isn't paying them well enough. So they decide to join these companies only to get income of like $869. Are you kidding me? So this is why you should not be joining an MLM, in my opinion. They don't really pay you that much, and to be honest, some of their products are not that hecking great, and trust me, if they were great, then I wouldn't be criticizing them, would I? However, you don't really make that much money, and some of their claims are a mixture of BS and downright lies, so that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me here. Next week's topic is actually a surprise, so you'll find out once it drops. I'm Nicholas Givens. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week.